Good evening, everyone. And Star Saber here once again. Continuing with our Padme series, we're going to take a look at the standard metas, which you see the most here. That's going to be the Sith Trooper, Malak, Darth Revan lineup. Most common, very interesting that we see Mat here. Not familiar with them, not familiar with the Yoda lineup, but I haven't really faced it yet. I might try it in a later video if I have enough attempts to do it. Right now, I'm just going to show you the standard meta because I think it's most important to understand how this works. Now, the funny thing about the meta team here, and you can see Tanaka's not surprisingly hasn't gone all the way to 7 here. I was expecting him to go a lot quicker. Maybe for some reason he didn't want to splurge the way he usually does. But the idea here with the Darth Revan Malak team here is you're going to be going last for the most part, especially with a very fast team. A lot of crap buffs, debuffs are going to get put on your team, and that's all going to get turned into courage. So it's most important here is your turnover. I mentioned, or your turn order. I mentioned it in the General Grievous video briefly, but I want to reiterate here again because this is where it becomes extremely important. The fastest character on your team should be your C-3PO. You should try to put a lot of speed on him. Because you want him to call on General Kenobi to add protection and to get him to assist first. Then what will happen is General Kenobi will usually go next. That will give you a chance to usually kill one character, preferably HK-47, because what you have here is with Ahsoka and her Zeta, she will clear the taunt on Sith Trooper if you target him when C-3PO calls. And then General Kenobi, you can use the mass assist if it works out that way. There is some RNG factors in. Sometimes he gets a turn on cooldown. Just things you have to be on top of here, and you have to react accordingly. And then once General Kenobi goes, Jedi Anakin should be your next fastest, Ahsoka your next fastest, and Padme should be your slowest because you want her to go after all the crap gets put on you because that's what adds a lot of your protection up, which later on translates to courage, which makes for some very quick kills, as hopefully you get a chance to see here. So I'm going to go into the battle, give you an idea here. So right out the gate, I'm going to be a little bit behind. He's going to go quite a lot. He does Darth Revan, HK, all that. Now, when you do the attacks, make sure you try to focus on Sith Trooper here with that taunt. The reason for that is that will give you, that'll keep you from getting feared on your team. Now we have the chance for Padme to go, and Ahsoka's going to clear that taunt on Sith Trooper. And now, Darth Malak's is clear, so we can continue here. So once that's out of the way, first thing you want to do with C-3PO here is call to assist on General Kenobi. That'll do some of the damage against HK. Not quite enough here, so we're going to continue working around the match here. Not quite enough yet. Now, being that I have a lot of stacks of courage on Ahsoka, I'm going to go ahead and kill Bastila Shan Fallen, even though I could finish off HK-47. He's nearly dead anyway, so probably what's going to happen is I'll be able to kill him very shortly here. And yes, that'll be with Jedi Anakin, who has 27 stacks of courage. He's going to wipe out HK. Probably Sith Trooper will die here. Probably not Darth Revan, but he'll have a lot of damage too. You'll see here shortly. So, yep. So now we're down to just Darth Revan and Malak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to stun Malak here if it lets me. It did. And we got confusion on Malak, so he shouldn't be taunting anymore. So next time we attack Darth Revan, it should be enough to finish the job, or at least very close. Good. Okay, so now it's going to be a chopping session. This is how it typically goes, unless very bad RNG goes your way, and sometimes it does. But usually it comes down to a match with Malak. And this isn't necessarily a great place to be at, because Malak is a tree for this team. Not as easy as one might think, because he will steal the health. That's where Anakin comes in. You hope for a good health block, and there it is. So that'll help our situation immensely. Not over yet, nonetheless. Keep on calling it. Keep working him down. Keep fighting. He will clear those heal blocks sooner than you'd like, so you gotta apply it again. If you can. Try to stun when you can. Good. Okay, not quite, but we can continue here. And fortunately, he hasn't lost his health block. So we can go ahead and probably finish the job here. Done. So that's taking the number one spot. That was a pretty good RNG match. Sometimes it doesn't always go that way. Sometimes you lose General Kenobi. Sometimes things go really awry and you lose Anakin. If you lose Anakin, that's pretty much over. But I wanted you to see the meta fight, understand the strategy. Really, the most important thing is the turnover and trying to make sure Anakin and Ahsoka hit very hard, because you want to clear the team quickly. Because the longer a Darth Revan Malak team individual members stay alive, the more dangerous it is. So you want to kill them quickly, especially HK-47. And once you do, it's pretty